There's a prejudice that at one time was against homosexuals.
At one time?
Yeah, hold on. When it was a criminal offense. Then that's got removed.
The law.
And people started to appear to accept. Back it comes again now because of AIDS.
It never went anywhere. It never went anywhere. People's attitudes don't change because the law changes. I know that. And the homosexual question is like it's like what we call a racial question. Nobody, no man and no woman, is precisely what they think they are. Love is where you find it, and you don't know where it will carry you. And it is a terrifying thing. Love. It is the only human possibility, but it's terrifying. And a man can fall in love with a man, a woman can fall in love with a woman. There's nothing anybody can do about it. It's not in the province of the law. There's nothing you do with the church. And if you lie about that, you lie about everything. And no one has a right to try to tell another human being whom he or she can or should love. It doesn't make any difference whether you can't love a woman, can't love a man, you can't love anybody. You're dangerous. Because you have no way of learning humility. No way of learning that other people suffer. And no way of learning how to use your suffering and theirs to get from one place to another. In short, you fail the human responsibility, which is to love each other.
I believe being black, gay in America means being multifaceted.
I really don't know what that means to me. To be honest, I'm just myself. I'm more than black and I'm more than gay.
I don't think it defines me. I think that's just what I am.
Being your authentic self.
You will be navigating kind of like hard terrains. You deal with the everyday oppression of being both black and both gay.
Being black, for one, is keep your hands on the steering wheel. Being gay in America, just protect yourself at any cost.
If any one of you have let yourself become involved with an adult homosexual and you're doing this on a regular basis, you better stop quick. Because this is one thing you cannot get away with, and the rest of your life will be a living hell.
I get discriminated when I get into Ubers, shared rides. An Uber driver will not speak to me sometimes because that's just, they don't identify with that, they don't appreciate that, don't accept that.
Georgia is an at-will state, so depending on, your employer that day, they can really wake up and say, you're fired.
It's alienating. It's alienating. You kind of think we're progressing, and you just kind of see these really bold manifestations of this ignorance by people who may not share the same preference and don't understand it and don't want to understand.
I identify as trans, and for my family, they've accepted me through everything. And friends, I don't really have many friends, but the friends that I do have, we're still cool.
I identify as lesbian. My family's okay with it. There was no backlash from me telling anybody. My brother's gay as well, so by the time it was time for me, they already knew about my brother and everything, and they didn't have a problem with that either.
I identify as gay, but sexual identity, who I choose to sleep with, can differ from bisexuality to pansexual. My
family outed me before I could actually say who I was, and it went downhill from there, and I was on my own from 16 up until 18. Being non-binary is a journey that no one prepares you for. Wanting to dress in female's clothing, just my nails, my hair, just my accessories, just me being me. It's a battle because for the longest I was a gay man. I blended in. Being non-binary, you don't blend in.
I've had issues with my jobs. I'll never forget when I was teaching, did great. My students were excelling in reading and their scores was rising. No issues the first semester. But my boyfriend ended up coming up to the school to drop off my lunch for me, and I gave him a kiss. And I don't know who saw or whatever, but it became the talk of the school amongst the faculty and staff. Following semester, I used to chill at the lunch tables with my students and hang out with them. We used to do the beats on the lunch tables, just really kick it. And then The principal would remove me from the lunch tables. Or if I would go to round up my boys in the bathroom because they're playing, she would like, oh, you can't be in the bathrooms with boys, but I'm like, I'm also a male, this is the male restroom, what is the issue? She pulled me to the office one day, she was like, I just don't agree with your lifestyle. She's from my old time, or whatever the case may be. But it was just like, it was so much because none of that was an issue for my student.
My brother, when we were in school, got messed with a lot, female and male alike, mostly black.
I don't think we talk about African American LGBT history enough. Gladys Bentley, Elaine Locke, County Cullen, Langston Hughes, Zernell Hurston.
Martin Luther King's right-hand man. No one wanted to accept that he was gay.
Talking about a lot of the greats that were in the lifestyle. Like I said, they were greats, and that was just a small part of them. It's up to us to uplift our leaders as well. We can't sit back and let them teach us.
Stonewall started in June 1969. Supposedly, Marsha P. Johnson was the one that initiated everything, and it just went from there.
Why are you here today?
Darling, I want my gay rights now. I think it's about time the gay brothers and sisters got their rights, and especially the women.
I mean, I do feel like women in general do like spew hate towards trans women. People think that trans women are trying to make cisgendered women extinct.
I'm a trans woman of color first. I'm a trans woman first. I am human first.
I do plan on having children. The way I prepare them for the outside world has nothing to do with LGBT. It's everything to do with the fact that he be black.
I do want children. There's gonna be a conversation where we're gonna have to have about, people will be treating you differently, or there will be things that happen to you based on your existence in your identity.
Yes, I want to start a family. It's going to be hard because I want to be positive, but I think that for me, I would have to first be comfortable with myself and fully know that, this is the world I'm bringing my child into.
No homos will ever be allowed on this church as long as I'm the pastor here.
You faggots! You lesbos! You are perverted! You white devils is who you are!
Yeah, of course I've heard that, being gay is a sin a lot. It's in the Bible. I mean, my response is, that's your take on it. It doesn't outrage me because it's there. It doesn't infuriate me.
When you grow up, and my uncle was actually the pastor for my mother's side, but it was just like so much shit. Cousins who were being molested, we had uncles who were doing the molestations, and all that wasn't talked about. But you dare to be gay, that is the conversation, right? You are going to hell.
I just would tell the youth, you gotta find it in your heart to be yourself, else you're gonna be unhappy. You're gonna be very unhappy.
One of the things about being comfortable with my identity came with the freedom of not giving a fuck.
Fuck everybody else. Take care of yourself and make sure you're happy. And protect yourself. Do your research on your own shit.
You're just thinking about coming out to your family. You have to take it slowly because you don't know what the reaction will be, and you can't be upset at the reaction. You have to understand that it could be very different for people, and don't take disrespect, obviously, but if someone needs time or something like that, that shouldn't make you feel as if you're doing something wrong, or it shouldn't make you feel upset because that happens, because they're human as well. And the same way that it took you a lot to say it, it takes them a lot to take it in.
Now, when you were starting out as a writer, you were a black, impoverished, homosexual. You must have said to yourself, gee, how disadvantaged can I get?
Oh, no, I thought I hit the jackpot.
Oh, great.
It was so outrageous you could not go any further, It had to be, so you had to find a way to use it.
She's like, I'm squad.
Oh, this is a video?
Yes, man.
Oh, I thought it was a picture.
No.
I don't really do videos.
They gonna be yawning.
In his prime.
You feel me?
Logos, website.
Eat them up. Yeah.
Oh.